In the great kingdom of Lesakaneng, nestled between towering mountains and flowing rivers, a wise and just king, King Moshoeshoe II, ruled his people with fairness and love. His kingdom was known for its fertile lands, where the sweetest fruits grew, and among them, the most prized were the golden oranges of Lesakaneng. These oranges were sold in the grand market by a young woman whose beauty and kindness were just as legendary as the fruit she sold. Her name was Palesa. Palesa was not a noblewoman, nor was she from a wealthy family. She was the daughter of a humble farmer, and after her parents' passing, she took over their small orchard, tending to the trees with great care. Every morning she would wake before the sun, wrap herself in a blue and white shushu dress, and carry a woven basket full of golden oranges to the village market. Her oranges were unlike any other. Their taste was a perfect blend of sweetness and zest, as if they carried the warmth of the sun within them. But more than that, Palesa herself had a gift. Her presence brought joy, and her voice was as soothing as a lullaby sung beneath the African sky. Though she worked hard, Palesa dreamed of more. She dreamed of love, not the arranged marriages common in her village, but a love that was deep, true, and unwavering. She often wondered if such love existed beyond the stories told by the elders. Prince Katleho, the only son of King Moshoeshoe II, had grown weary of palace life. Though he was destined to inherit the throne, he longed to know his people beyond the royal walls. He often disguised himself as a commoner, donning a kiba, traditional Basotho blanket, and a wide-brimmed Molianyu hat, and roamed the markets, listening to the songs of the people, learning their struggles and sharing their joys. It was on one of these secret excursions that he first saw Palesa. She stood behind her small stall, laughing as she handed an orange to a little girl who had no money. "No one should be denied the sweetness of life," she said warmly, brushing a stray braid from her face. Prince Katleho watched, transfixed. He had seen many noblewomen, adorned in jewels and silks, but none had ever carried themselves with such effortless grace. He stepped forward. "How much for an orange, Emmy?" he asked, his voice deep but gentle. Palesa looked up, meeting his gaze. "For you." She studied his face, a playful glint in her eye. "A smile will do as payment." Prince Katleho chuckled, taking an orange and peeling it. The moment the juice burst onto his tongue, he knew this was no ordinary fruit. It was the best he had ever tasted. "You have a rare gift, Palesa," he said. "Your oranges hold the taste of the sun." From that day on, the prince returned to the market every morning, always in disguise. He and Palesa spoke of many things: the land, the stars, the dreams they both held in their hearts. She did not know he was a prince, and he did not care that she was an orange seller. Their laughter blended with the songs of the market, and slowly, love blossomed between them. But not all love stories are simple. One evening, as the sun dipped below the mountains, a royal messenger arrived at the palace, announcing that King Moshoeshoe II had arranged a marriage for Prince Katleho. The bride was to be a noblewoman from a powerful clan, a match meant to strengthen alliances. The news spread like wildfire through the kingdom, reaching even the market square where Palesa sold her oranges. The next morning, when Katleho arrived at her stall, her usual smile was gone. She handed him an orange but said nothing. He noticed the sadness in her eyes. "What troubles you, Palesa?" he asked softly. She hesitated before speaking. "The prince is to marry a noblewoman. Did you hear?" Katleho's heart clenched. He reached for her hand. "I have heard," he said, "but my heart belongs to another." Tears welled in Palesa's eyes. "You are a common man, just like me. We have no say in such things." It was then that the prince knew he could no longer keep his secret. Taking a deep breath, he removed his kiba, revealing the royal insignia beneath his tunic. "Palesa, I am not a common man. I am Prince Katleho, son of King Moshoeshoe II. And you, Palesa, are the woman I love." Palesa gasped, stepping back. "No, it cannot be!" The realization crashed over her like a mighty river. He was a prince, and she was an orange seller. Their love, no matter how pure, was impossible. "It can be," Katleho insisted, "if we are brave enough to fight for it." The days that followed were filled with turmoil. The palace was in an uproar when Katleho declared his love for Palesa, and the nobles scoffed at the idea of a fruit seller becoming their queen. "A prince cannot marry a commoner," they cried. "The throne demands nobility." But King Moshe II was a wise ruler, and though he valued tradition, he loved his son dearly. He summoned Palesa to the palace, where she stood before the council, her hands steady despite the storm in her heart. "Tell me, child," the king said, his voice calm yet firm, "why should a fruit seller sit upon the throne?" Palesa met his gaze without fear. "Because a throne is not made of gold or jewels, but of the love and respect of its people," she said. "I may not be of noble birth, but I know the land, the people, and the struggles they face. I know that love is the sweetest fruit of all, and with it, a kingdom flourishes." A hush fell over the room. King Moshe II studied her for a long moment before turning to his son. "You have chosen wisely, Katleho," he said at last. "A queen must not only be noble in birth, but noble in heart. And this woman has the heart of a queen." The royal wedding. The kingdom rejoiced when the news was announced. Prince Katleho would marry Palesa. On their wedding day, she walked down the palace steps in a breathtaking shushu gown, her head wrapped in a golden tuku, and her hands carrying a small basket of oranges as a symbol of her humble beginnings. From that day forward, the scent of oranges always lingered in the royal halls, a reminder that true love knows no class, only the language of the heart. And so, Prince Katleho and Queen Palesa ruled Lesakaneng with love, kindness, and the sweetness of oranges, proving that the greatest wealth a kingdom could have was love. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. I will also like to hear your thoughts on the comments section.